Hello, guys. Today I'm interviewing Samuel Antwi, the boxer, the English champion. So, Samuel, you all right, mate?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Sam, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, mate. Um, my first question is, what has been your hardest fight in your career?
Hardest fight in my career.
Yeah,
Um, I'll probably say the hardest fight, most challenging, has probably been the last one.
yeah,
With Conor last title defense or the first title defense. Conor, yeah, I think he's a class boxer. Yeah, I'll say I don't really class him as hard. But I'll say challenging, and more challenging the fights are the more fun you have in them.
yeah. I've the first two rounds. I thought he could have. He was really putting it on you, and I got really nervous, mate, because I thought you were taking some very heavy shots.
Yeah, I mean, he came on strong in the last few seconds of the first round. Um, Looking back at I don't think I was rocked, but he caught me off balance, so I did looked a bit funny on the look from the outside looking in, but it was good. He put up a really good fight.
Yeah. Are you moving on from that now? No rematch, or is there a rematch in it?
Do you know what? It'll be really good for because I've heard some people think that he won the fight. So it'll be good for the fans, and for the real boxing fans to see another fight. And as for an immediate rematch, probably not so much, but I think we keep winning, we keep raising our profiles, and it'll be good for the fans to get what they want and see
Yeah.
another fight.
It was. I don't know why it wasn't televised because it was the fight of the night for me, really, mate.
100%. That definitely should have been on a live Sky slot. I think that would have raised English boxing's profile a bit as well. So but things happen. We never got the TV slot. Literally the last second was pulled off the TV slot. I'm not too sure exactly why it was, but
Mm,
yeah, man, was again in the future, hopefully.
yeah. Of course, you fought Darren Tenty, wasn't it, as well before?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Was
yeah.
was that a tough fight?
Um, it was another year out, so it was another case of just getting back into the groove of things. So my last two fights, I've had a year in between both of them. So since the Darren Tetley fight, it's been another year out of the ring since we fought before we fought Conor Walker. So there's always an element of finding your groove again, finding your rhythm, because you can spar as much rounds as you want, but when you're under the lights, it's a different game, So there's always that element of finding your groove, and finding your rhythm again. So yeah.
Mm. Were you confident going into both of those fights?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, I've you have to have 100% confidence in yourself. I believe with any fight, to be honest. Never overlooking your opponent, but going and believing that you've got what it takes to get the win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beforehand, did you watch any of their fights before you fight?
I watched little clips. I don't like to watch full fights, just because I think where I've done so in the past, it kind of gets me out of what I want to do and more into anticipating what they're going to do. So I don't really like to watch too much of my opponents. I like to kind of figure them out as I'm in the ring.
Yeah. Of course, you took your defeat a few years back. Going into that fight, what went wrong?
Everything from the start to the finish, from going over to Zimbabwe to never not having a gym to train in over there, our vaccinations still be in the bloodstream. We took it probably about 3 days before the fight. Malaria jabs, just everything that could have went wrong in that fight, But we never make excuses. So there's a huge backstory behind that, but you know,
Yeah.
what happened over there. And you know, since then it became a little bit easier to get a fight, just because people saw the L on the record now, so they're thinking, okay, maybe we'll give it a go, and then they find out the hard way once they get in the ring.
Yeah. I mean, of course, if you fought that guy now, like you lost him, I reckon you'll beat him.
That's it. You know, fighting on a level playing field is a complete different ball game.
Yeah. Who do you want to fight next?
You know, we called out Florian Marku, but he's chosen to fight another welterweight.
Yeah,
Christian.
Christian.
Yes. So that's not gonna happen in the immediate future. So I'm not gonna bother calling him out again, because I know he's got a fight on his hands. You know, I want to call out someone that's gonna answer to the call. So, you know, we're trying to get titles now. Anyone with belts, you know, there's so many belts in boxing now, but we want to get ranked in one of these sanctioning bodies. We're number, I believe, 19. The last time I checked in the Europeans, we should be up for, you know, a mandatory for the British soon. So there's belts definitely in the pipeline. It's just whichever one comes first.
Yeah. What about I think it would be a good fight if you fought Echo Esluman. I think that would be a good fight.
No, yes, exactly. So that's the next belt in the, if we're going in order in domestic titles, that'll be the next belt, you know. So Usman, I believe, has got something in the pipelines as well. There's not been an announcement yet.
Yeah, he's got Darren Tenty, I think it looks like.
Yes, there you go. Oh yeah, so yeah, he's got to get that one out of the way, and then once he's got that out of the way, then we can hopefully move forward. And if the British title is there, then we take the British title. Sure.
Yeah. Do you want to fight like Conor Benn or world title level soon?
That's works, you know. If anyone in the top, I think he's top 3 now. I believe Amir Khan, Gobek have been put back in the ratings, so they've been placed above him. I believe, sure, but yeah. So at the moment, he's one of the most raved about welterweights in the UK scene, you know, and I believe I should be up there as well. In the top 1, you know, to be honest, the first place, you know, that's what I'm aiming for. We're not in the sport to be anything less than the best. Yeah.
Are you watching? In 2 weeks' time, it's Virgil Ortiz v Mikey McKinson. Will you watch that?
Is that still happening, that fight?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 100%. I'm going to be watching it. Where's that going to be taking place? In London, right?
No, it's in America, I think.
It's in the States.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, 100%. I'm going to be watching it. You know, we tried to get a fight with Mickinson, but he had other fights on the table as well. You know, so he's definitely one that we're watching, and it's going to be a massive fight. You know, England v the States. I mean, US v UK.
Yeah. Who wins that fight for you? Who do you think is going to win?
For me, I believe Virgil Ortiz has been in them with a higher opposition. Mikey Garcia is still a class operator, so it depends who shows up, you know, with the best version of themselves on that night.
Yeah, because Mikey can box really well.
Can box really well. Virgil, you know, if he can box and frustrate Virgil, then it might be a side of Virgil that we haven't seen so far, you know.
Yeah.
So you can't rule him out.
And Virgil's got that knockout power as well.
Exactly. This is definitely a clash of styles. So it's the boxing ability versus that one punch, you know, knockout.
Yeah, we'll be watching that, mate.
100%.
What's your favourite strike in a fight?
Ooh, it's got to be the jab. It's got to be the jab. You know, the jab. You know, they say a great cross will take you around. What's the saying? a great
keeps
cross
your opponent up a lot,
and a great jab will take you around the world. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So it's got to be the jab. You know, a boxing student, you got to learn from the best.
Yeah. Who's your favourite fighter currently?
Favorite fighter currently, it would have to be it's got to be someone in my weight class. His name's Jeron Ennis Boots.
Oh,
Boots
he's good,
Ennis.
mate.
Yeah, he's really class, and he's in my weight class, so the aim is to eventually, this, how the saying goes, idols become rivals, so it'll be great
Yeah.
if we can work up our way, and if we're still in the same weight class, eventually have that face off.
There's lots of big fights for you out there, mate.
100%, 100%. Well, the welterweight division is packed, so there should be no shortage of action-packed fights.
Yeah. How many fights are you trying to have this year? Of course, you've had one so far against Walker. How many more are you trying to have?
Ideally, we'll have 3 more. Ideally, well, no less than 3, I should say. More than I'm definitely open to having more than that, but at least we want 3 more. We had a clash of heads in the last fight, so we both got cut, me and Conor Walker, so that kind of rules out anything immediately, another fight immediately. But from looking on from late April, May times, should be back out there.
Yeah, hopefully big for another big title defense for you, mate.
Exactly.
Or maybe like Echo. I think Echo's fighting on the 23rd of April, I think.
Of April, or
I think it might be on the Fury undercard.
Oh, is it? Oh, there's a huge card then. Huge card for the British title.
I think it could be, yeah. Who wins Fury v White?
Oh, do you know what? I know Dylan White. I used to train with him a few years ago in Miguel's. Fury is a very close opponent. I don't know if White will be able to take him out. We've seen Fury rocked as well. So, and Dylan's got a punch in him. He's put down a few other world class operators. So I would, if I was to put my money on it, I would say Fury would edge it. I don't think he'll knock White out. I think Fury might edge it on points.
Oh, I'm saying Fury knockout, to be honest, mate.
You think he's gonna knock out White? I don't know about that. I don't know.
Yeah, because if you catch White with a good shot on the chin, then he could get knocked out.
But he could go, yeah. But that's the thing. That true. Fury he's dropped Wilder a few times, but I don't know. We're gonna see. I mean, Wilder does have the ability to get rocked as well. So
yeah,
we've seen White down as well. But I think White might grow, bite down on his gum shield and give it a go a bit more than Fury's last opponent. Who's Fury's last opponent?
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder. Yeah.
Do you think Dillian White's going to be harder than Wilder?
Yeah. I mean, Fury, to be honest, he obliterated Wilder in those last 2 fights. He gave him a real beating. I think Dillian White's boxing ability is a bit better than Wilder's is. Wilder obviously just had that one punch equalizer. But I think Dillian has that he's a bit cleaner than Wilder. So I don't think he's gonna get as close to what Wilder got on those nights.
Yeah. I mean, the third fight was a fight, to be honest.
Oh man, I was hoping I was gonna stop it after the third round. I was like, oh, that's enough, man. He was just getting. I mean, he always has that equalizer, isn't it? So he can knock Fury down, but that's what it was. Boxing ability is not so great.
I like Wilder.
Yeah, it's entertainment, 100%. Every time he gets in the ring is entertaining because you're thinking, when is it gonna happen? When he's gonna knock down his opponent? So
yeah,
he's good for boxing, to be honest.
Yeah. Who was your? Doesn't have to be a boxer, but who was your idol when you were a kid?
Ooh, as a kid, who was my idol? I would probably say it's cliche, but Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
I think he never really he made me like boxing at first because I think I saw an advert on TV or something like that about magazines being sold in a shop and there was like a little DVD my Muhammad Ali fight, and I remember going out to get it, and that was probably like the first boxing fight that I sat and watched, was Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman. So that was the first boxing actual full fight that I saw. But who actually got me into boxing was Roy Jones Jr. in school. When I saw him fight and I saw how like the stuff he was doing, I was just amazed by it, you know.
Yeah. On your performance against Walker, were you happy when it went to decision? Did you think that you did enough?
I thought we done enough. I wasn't happy with it with my performance though. I was probably for about 3 nights I was beating myself up. I was like, I know that I could have done so much better. Still, I watched the fight back. I'll probably give him about 3 of those rounds. 4 you could argue. So it was a close fight, and he's a class boxer. You know, he didn't make it an easy night at all, but I was beating myself up quite a bit about the performance. I believe I could have done, you know, miles better. How it went down.
I thought you did very well, mate.
Yeah, I mean, it was a war. You know, you don't want to get into too much wars in boxing. You know, we fought a fight that wasn't our fight to fight. You know, our style of boxing is a lot different from what was displayed on that fight. So, you know, we still got the win, which is good, but it was too close for comfort.
Yeah. And my last question is, do you have any advice for people who are trying to get into boxing?
Yes. If you're trying to get into boxing, I'd say have a good work ethic. Counts for a lot. You know, you might not be the strongest, you might not be the fastest, you might not be the most skilled, but you know, if you have a really good work ethic and you just keep on going, keep on training, you know, get as fit as you can, as strong as you can, as fast as you can. You might not be the top of, you know, whatever attribute it is, but you know, eventually all the hard work pays off. You know, I started boxing very late. I started boxing at the age of 21, and you know how I went about it. I was obsessed by the sport. So you know, 7 days of training non-stop for about 2 years, literally not a day off, and I kind of played catch up to be able to box where I am now. You know, being English champion, defending it once, being a national champion as an amateur, and this was all in the space within. So it's up to now. It's been 9 years since I started boxing. You know, so yeah, work ethic.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for your time, mate, and hopefully I can come and support you soon.
Definitely, 100%. Sam, let me know when you want to come to a fight. Hopefully, if there's one based where you are, and then we'll get your ticket and you can come down.
Yeah, thank you, mate. I really appreciate your time. Thank you, mate.
No worries. Sam, take it easy.